in Prince Harry's book, you know, there was a big element, wasn't there, about how, you remember, he didn't go on bicycle rides with his father, and his father was cold with him and all that sort of stuff. You know, he did not paint His Majesty the King in a very good light regarding parental sort of guidance, whichever. Of course, it's a totally different upbringing for His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, Prince William. He's openly said to people that, you know, Charles was very much hands-on, very concerned, and always there ready to offer a firm shoulder if it was needed. And so how can two children have a totally separate childhood? It just seems to be rather strange. Of course, we then found out that our late and wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, was also very much hands-on with both Harry and William. But of course, Harry decided that he wanted to be rather mischievous and rather difficult to contain. It's not really stopped, has it? And now this has truly emerged, particularly as His Majesty the King resides in the London clinic, recovering, of course, from that rather, shall we say, delicate operation. Let me explain. Hi, good morning. Nice to see you. Thank you so much. Nice to have your company today. Yes, let's just wish His Majesty the King all the very best. Nobody likes to be in hospital, do they? I know, even going to visit people. I know it's awful saying this, but I get quite nervous because you always think they're going to keep you in. How's he got in? Let's nail him down. Do a few tests on him. Is he really real? You know what I mean? Back as ever to your royal story of the day. These particular imageries, you know, of Prince Louis with, of course, Prince Charles at the Platinum Jubilee just showed what a hands-on grandfather he has become. And he thoroughly enjoys the role, according to Queen Camilla. I've been in a press pack when she's been discussing this and, you know, seems to delight in it. You know, a lot of people say who are grandparents, it's a lot easier the third or second time around or whatever, you know, because seemingly you don't have all the responsibility, do you? You can hand them back. But late last year, though, His Majesty the King, as we now know, did rather graciously invite both Meghan Markle and his youngest son, of course, Prince Harry, over to Sandringham for Christmas. But there was a reason behind that, you know, truly there was a reason behind that. His Majesty the King knew all about this forthcoming operation, wanted him to, you know about it directly from him, and sort of elevate any fears or, you know, worries or anything that he might have. He could have discussed it with him on a one-to-one basis. As we now know, subsequently, Harry and Meghan once again decided to decline that wonderful opportunity to reconnect. But there was a bit of an element of that side of the story that has been told to me, which is really rather upsetting, because you see, apparently His Majesty the King said to Harry, you know, and this was one of their very briefest of chats, so, you know, I'd like the opportunity to become a grandfather to your children. It's a very, very sad message, isn't it, when you think? And when you consider also, as I say, what a great grandfather he has become to the likes of George, Louis and Princess Charlotte, one would say, well, why would you deny him the opportunity? But apparently, according to that source, Harry was still bristling with the fact that Frogmore was removed from him. And as I've often said here on the show, both Harry and Meghan demand, require, you know, think that they should be given a public apology. And as I've said to you before, His Majesty the King has no idea really what they're apologising for. Many people might be stunned, you know, maybe not, to learn that His Majesty the King and of course the Queen, senior members, nobody has seen the docuseries, nobody has read the book. And apparently Harry keeps citing that, we'll read the book and then we can talk. But for now, rather cruelly, it looks like Prince Harry is basically saying, I'm denying you the chance to prove that you could be a good grandfather to, of course, his two children. What a sad state of affairs Harry's got himself in. As, of course, famously Meghan Markle pointed out that Harry'd lost his father. His father's reached out many times, but sadly, Harry seems lost himself. It is a developing story, and as ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean, Kensington, London.